Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said, hey, welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, I'm Jasmine W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right in, but first I must let you know that if you want to see me do stand up, but you don't follow me on all the things, or even if you do follow me, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to my Patreon. Okay, if you go to Patreon and type JAZMYNJW, I should pop up. Even if you just subscribe for free, I'm telling people, like, I give away free tickets to shows to people who are part of the Secret Society, or you can join here on YouTube as well to make sure you stay informed about all of the things. Okay. So yeah, make sure you're a part of the Secret Society, even if you don't pay. Okay. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the reunion part 2 of Married at First Sight, because I mean, does it warrant a video? I don't think it does. Like a full video, no. But I'm willing to go live and talk about it. This is sort of like the last episode of Married at First Sight comes on tomorrow. Let me know if y'all want me to talk about it. Maybe I'll just talk about it for people who are members here on YouTube, because child, what else do we have to say? They love to beat a dead horse on Married at First Sight. Like, anyway, let's get into the review let's just get into all the things. Okay. First, David and Madison. Or is it David and Michelle? David and Michelle. First of all, they still talking about if David telling the truth or this or that. Who cares if David is telling the truth? Like, David, we don't care. When did you tell the truth? When did you start telling the truth? What was a lie? At what moment? Can you tell us what episode where you lied? We literally don't care no more. Like, do we care? Do we care whether David lied at this point? Like, this is so old. I can't wait to eat you. I can't wait to eat you up. I already said that if somebody texts me and say, I can't wait to eat you, I done already been ate. Point blank, period. Nobody tells you if you're not in a already seeing somebody, nobody says I can't. Well, actually, you know what? There are some men who will do that. There's some men who will text you. I seen a video of a girl who said a man will meet you on Monday, on Tuesday text you, hey, what you doing? And you'll say nothing, I'm reading. He'll say, cool, are you a freak? Which is so true. I try to tell men on Facebook that licking your that commenting on a woman's lips when you don't know her and licking your tongue out like this is sexual. And they say ain't nothing sexual about that. If your lips is looking like DS lips, they just looking like DS lips. So if I said you commenting on my lips is sexual and you told me my lips were DS lips, then what is that? It equals you're a dummy. Anyway, the host asked Michelle if David's cheating gave her an out in the relationship, and she said yes, but she had a feeling that I've had a feeling this whole season that he's just inauthentic. I've had a feeling this entire season that maybe he just wasn't telling me the truth. Maybe he's not a real person. Maybe he's not an honest, real person. Okay, girl. You wanted David, it gave you an out. You wanted David to be lying to you and everything the whole time. We get it, girl. David's a bad person. We get it. We believe you. Like, whatever. And it's so funny because Camille at the end of this season was like, David's actually a good person. Now, I don't think David is a bad person. I really don't. I think David, he showed really great qualities this season. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's a bad partner. And those are two different things. You could be a good person and be a bad partner to somebody. You could be a bad person and be a good partner to somebody. I know a girl I used to work with, she dated a killer. He killed people for a living. That's what she said he did. She probably made the whole thing up, but he treated her so well. Okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of these presidents out here, some of them make good husbands, some of them make bad husbands. They all do bad things. So you don't have to be a good partner to and be you don't have to be a good person and a good partner. You could be one or the other and still, be out here, right? Anyway, Madison said that she did talk to David about his finances and the numbers scared her. She said, I expected him to have more than what he had when he's living in his parents' basement. And that's very valid. So, but guess what? It doesn't matter now because David has found a woman who has accepted his brokenness. Brokey, 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 brokey. He's broke with a capital B. He's broke. He's broke. He's big. He's broke. He's built and he's broke. He goes to the gym. He's broke. He's muscular. He's broke. But he said, I found a woman who's willing to accept me and all my nothing that I have. And I talked about this in my Ready to Love reaction video. I talked about this. At what age, can y'all please tell me at what age do you want your partner do you not want to have to build up your partner? Please tell me at what age do you want your partner to come with their head on their shoulders already, with their head straight already, with their finances in order, with their credit score in order. I'm 36. At 36 years old, I'm expecting you to have your ducks in a row. Yeah. Unless there's some sort of like unique experience. If you just quit your job to pursue a tech startup that you starting, I might be able to rock with you. Depends on if you passionate about your job and if you like doing it. I dated one entrepreneur. Every day he dreaded doing what he did. And he's an entrepreneur. Every day he dreaded doing his entrepreneurial work. That's not somebody I like. I like what I do. Every day I get up excited. I might be tired, but I get up excited about the things that I do. I would not want to be with somebody who is not excited about the things that they do at this point. Honey Drop said 32. Okay. Keek said late 20s. I think late 20s a little young, but that's just me. In my late 20s, I quit my job in 2019, maybe. I was like 30, 29, 30. And I was started over. So I think in your late 20s, in your 20s, you're exploring. In your 30s, you're establishing. And I'm 36. I'm in my mid 30s, mid to late 30s now. We're done with that. At least I'm not going to help you. Anyway, David said, brokeness. He's broke. He said Madison doesn't pay for a damn thing when we go out. Yes, she does. And also, why would Madison pay for anything when y'all go out if she pays for rent? You moved in with her. You started splitting bills with her. And now you talk about she don't pay for a damn thing when y'all go out. Okay. It ain't like you got champagne taste, David. Like, come on, where do y'all be going? To the local hot corn dog stand or something? Like, she don't pay for a damn thing when we go out and have beers at the local college space. We get 3 beers for $17. We get all you can drink beers for $17. She doesn't pay for a damn thing. $8 for her, $8 for me, and $1 tip. Anyway, Madison is younger than Michelle. I don't know how old they are. If y'all know how old they are, please let me know. But Michelle said, yeah, maybe 10 years ago, I would have fell for David. I would have dealt with a broke nigga. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have helped build you, period. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have, but not now, period. Hey, Timmy. Timmy said that was some good prices. Timmy's a member on the Secret Society on Patreon. We have a good time over there. Sean said, you're spoiling us with the lives. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for being here. Keek said no one should build a man anyways because most of them will go and get the girls they didn't used to have the success before, and but I hope it works out for them. Hey, listen, when you right. Anyway, um, the host. Listen, I'm expected. Okay, Michelle just turned 40. David is 37, but how old is Madison? Madison is in her early 30s. Okay, so she's 10 years younger than. I think Madison's like 31. Yeah. So she's almost 10 years younger than Michelle. Wow. That also explains why Michelle is so mad because she's 40 and they gave her somebody who didn't live at home or who lived at home and she wasn't ready to build. I understand why she was more mad now. I thought her and Madison and Michelle were around the same age. I thought they were like 33. But I see why Michelle was more mad now because she's 40. She don't have time for this. I honestly see it. I should have seen it before, but it didn't. I still don't agree with her being judgmental, and I don't agree with her microaggressions. That's you 40, you too old for that. But yeah. Oh yeah, Sean. I do remember the purple balloons. Yeah, Madison, she just turned 30. She'll realize in about 8 years. You try to warn the young girls, but they have to realize on their own, you know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm expecting the host of some of these shows. Like if this was Love and Hip Hop, I'm not expecting what the host, the reunion host of Love and Hip Hop, I'm not expecting them to know what gaslighting means. Even though, hold on, the host of the Love and Hip Hop reunions is my girl. Hold on. Hold on. I know if I log into Nina Parker. Nina Parker, I was like, as soon as I log into Threads, I know I'm going to see a Nina Parker post because I love her content. And I met her last year out and about in LA. And she was so cool. Nina Parker know what gaslighting is. I'm expecting the host of a reunion show to know what gaslighting is. And then David was like, I still don't know what gaslighting means. And the host said, gaslighting is when you say something crazy and expect your partner to believe it. That's not what gaslighting is. Like saying something crazy and expecting your partner to believe it is not all that gaslighting is. A big part of gaslighting is reframing a scenario that happened between you and your partner and trying to convince them that it happened the way that you said that it happened. So if we're driving down the road and the sun was setting, a big part of gaslighting is you turning to your partner and say, no, the sun was rising when we left. And you were like, no, it was 7 p.m. The sun was setting. And they're saying, no, it was 7 a.m. The sun was rising. It happened in the morning. Right? A big part of gaslighting is you seeing something on your man's phone and saying, hey, did that girl from your job just text you some hearts? And him being like, what? No, I don't even have her number. I don't even have her. Like, what are you talking about? Like, me and her never text. And trying to convince you that you didn't see something that you saw with your own eyes. It's not just saying something crazy and expecting you to believe it, right? It's a lot of it is reshaping things that happened and trying to allow you to see it from how they're saying it happened. That's why gaslighting is so manipulative, and that's why it's oftentimes considered abusive. It's not just saying, oh, I'm saying something wacky, like a crazy lie, like David said, right? Like I think David saying that, it was a plate from my cousin wasn't gaslighting. It was just a lie, right, Sean? It makes you question your reality, right? Gaslighting, the you look so good, I want to eat you plate lie wasn't gaslighting, it was a lie. The gaslighting came when Michelle's like, I think you and Madison have a thing going on because she said that y'all lost your phone at the thing, and then him being like, I don't even talk to Madison. Me and Madison never, but don't you and Madison work out every day? Me and Madison, we've worked out maybe twice. It's like, but I know that that's not true, so that's where the gaslighting came into play. Gaslighting is not just simply lying or saying something kooky. Okay. Damien, I know you was screaming at the TV because that's not what gaslighting is. It simplifies gaslighting so much. And I think y'all know I'm therapy jazzed. So when you simplify what some of these terms mean, right? It takes away from the importance during conversations that you're having with your partner if you're being gaslit. If they don't understand what it properly means, if you simplify it so much that they're like, hey, I didn't, it doesn't, it's not as impactful when you're trying to explain. I think what you did, you just gaslit me. And honestly, like, just because you gaslight somebody doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just makes you like, it means that you need to get some help. Anyway, I thought it was cool that Madison knows that she has walls up and that she's judgmental, and those are some things that she said she was going to work on. I'm sorry, Michelle said that. Michelle said, I know that I have walls up and I know what I was judgmental. I hope also that she plans to travel a little bit more so she can understand other people's cultures, and that will allow her to be able to be in relationships with people who aren't like her, maybe. A part of the reason I love traveling for many different reasons, but one day I know that I might be in a relationship with somebody who looks nothing like me. So I'm excited to be like, hey, you know what? These are a few things that I've heard about your culture, a few things that I've heard about your disability, or a few things that I've heard about the state that you're from or the country that you're from. I'm not an expert, but just to be like, oh yeah, I've definitely thought about like your experience, your life experience. And I don't think Michelle did that at all before going into this process, but she probably didn't want to be matched with a black dude anyway. So from any region. Anyway, let's move on to Carla and Juan. I wrote that at the top of my paper, boring. The whole thing was boring. Everything was boring. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm sleep. I'm bored. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. They should have me host this. I'm bored. Because you know what? When people get to talking and yapping, I'm going to say, you know what, guys? I'm bored. Let's talk about something else. Anyway. Michelle requested, she requested a light-skinned black man. She specifically said Drake or Lenny Kravitz. Sorry, French Montana. I talked about this in my review. She wanted a black man who had a white mama that she could relate to. Sorry, that's just what I believe. Because she also said, Drake or Travis Kelce, who's not black. She wanted a fair-skinned man who had a beard and maybe an earring. Like, come on. Carla said Juan didn't want intimacy with her at all. Yeah, I wrote down it's no coochie and don't Juana coochie. Okay, because no coochie didn't want coochie all season, and no Juana coochie didn't want a coochie. No coochie was desired during any of this. Tantra, Carla went into an explanation around why Tantra was so important to their journey in this relationship, because Tantra requires you to feel really comfortable with yourself. Tantra requires you to be really in touch with your sexuality in your body. Tantra really requires you to really engage with your body and your physical being. And Tantra really just it's going to require that one. Carla knew during the honeymoon that Juan was not the Juan for her. Of course, he said the infamous line, "I forgot you were there," but he did apologize about that. You know, she said she was disappointed at the fact that he forgot about her. And he said, I apologize. I was mean and nasty, what I said. I don't think Juan said that with malicious intent at all. I think on the honeymoon, he wanted Carla to know that he's not into her. I think that I've done a couple of videos about this, like he lied videos, which I'll be doing more of this week and stuff like that. But I think this is true. This is something that I've heard men say, and I 100% believe this. Sometimes men just do things and say things to get away from you, and they don't want to hurt your feelings, to let you know that they're not into you and they don't want to hurt your feelings. Sometimes while they're trying to do that, instead of sort of being honest and transparent, they hurt your feelings. And sometimes I really do think men are not trying to hurt your feelings. They're just trying to show you that they don't like you like that. And I think that's what Juan was doing. He was saying, oh, I forgot about you. As sort of like, not into you that much. Like, we just got married, but I'm really not that into you. And it ended up really hurting her. And he looked back and thought, well, that's a nasty thing to say, because it was nasty. But the goal was to let her know that he wasn't into her at that point. That's what I think. A lot of times that's why people ghost each other as well. Like, I think that ghosting, you may not think it's right? You may not think it's right to ghost somebody. Let me change the picture up here. But let's see what we're about to get into here. Oh, Jazz After Dark. You may not think it's right to ghost somebody, but I think yeah, Juan, he just he wasn't into her. And you may not think it's right to ghost somebody, but that's their way of letting you know that they don't like you like that. I think ghosting is a sign, like, you don't need closure. The person never texted you again. I wrote down, Carla was too good for Juan. To be honest, Juan is basic. Juan is now dating a Brazilian girl. She's a great girl with great values, according to him. He said, we go about life the same. We are on, and Carla said, you know, they have the same vibration, right? And then they showed the girl from the back, Juan dancing with her. She from the back, she looked like a worker to me. Because we know Juan wants a worker bee. That's no shade to her. Juan wants a woman who gonna help him build. And he's gonna say, hey, can you come inside and paint a little bit? She's gonna say, yeah, I'll be right there. And she's gonna come inside and paint. She's gonna start painting. And Juan gonna say, hey, can you come out here and stack these bricks? She's gonna say, yes, baby, I'll be right there. She's gonna come out there and stack bricks. Carla wasn't about to do all that. He wanted a woman that was gonna work. It's like Rihanna. He wanted a woman that's gonna put in that work. Okay, Carla she just wasn't gonna do it. That's not the girl for you. I love that for Carla though. I agree, Keeks. He wanted free labor. Let's move on to the girls' couch. And then we'll talk about Emim and Echi and Brandon last. Or the couple's couch or whatever this was. They said, who in the group shares the most? And they said Alan does. He shares the most out of everybody. They said, who do you think will get married next? And they said David. I think David, this is the guys' couch. Sorry, the guys' combo. I think David will get married next. Him and Madison are still together. I don't think they're together because they love each other or they're meant for each other. I literally think they do have something to prove, and they're going to prove it to us. Yep. They're going to prove it to us for sure. And I hope Lifetime does a special on it, to be honest with you, because I would love to see how all of this comes about. I would watch it. I would watch a little 5-episode special on their marriage. Would y'all? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Let me know if y'all would watch Madison and David, a little 5-part special about their marriage, about, you know, what they're leading up to their marriage, leading up to their honeymoon and stuff. Would y'all watch it with them, their family and them, focused around them? I would. Some of y'all said agreed. They said, who has the most swag? They said No Coochie has the most swag. Who do y'all think has the most swag out of the guys on Married at First Sight this season? I personally think it's Thomas. Thomas. I'm gonna have to say Thomas has the most swag out of everyone. Honey Drop said I'd watch a YouTube short. No, I just don't believe their relationship is gonna last. So I'd hate to watch it. Thomas to me has the most swag. I think Thomas has sort of a grown man, sort of effortless swag. I made fun of Thomas a lot this season, but y'all know I love a nerd. So I personally think Thomas has the most swag. I think Thomas is the most attractive guy on the show this season. And I think Echi can put on all the hats, all the fedoras, all the feathers. At the end of the day, like I feel like Thomas had swag every time he was on camera, and it grew because of Camille's influence, right? The black woman effect, the black wife effect. But I think Echi only had swag at the reunion. He only had swag on his wedding day. Debate, arguably. Like I personally don't. The yellow beanie that he wore, the glasses, and the Dora green hiking backpack that he wore every day is not swag to me. So I personally don't. I would not consider him the most swagalicious person on the cast. Oh yeah, Styly. If we see a multi-part series for Madison and David, I need to see the whole family. I want to know what everybody thinks about it. I don't want to just see them. I want to see their whole families, the dynamic of the family, the cousin who ratted on him, everybody. Like I want to see the whole thing. That's what I want to see. Yes. Um they asked the other guys what Echi was, you know, what he needed in his next relationship. And I wrote down Echi don't want nobody. I thought he had his Michelle Obama. I literally thought that earlier, like in the part one of the reunion, they said Echi was in a relationship. I thought they said Echi was in a relationship, and they said, "What is she like?" And they said, he said Michelle Obama, trying to be funny. That's what I thought. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, the thing about Echi is y'all know Echi quoted the Dear Wifey podcast, right? And I recently saw some content about the Dear Wifey podcast. I don't listen to it. I would never listen to a man talk about how he want a wife so bad, who's made a career out of how he wants a wife so bad. And probably mainly Black women listen to that podcast because they want a man who wants a wife so bad. The reality is, I hate to break it to y'all, most men do not want a wife so bad. They get wives because they think they're supposed to. They think they're at that point in life for the convenience, for what wives bring into their lives. Society, like socially, men aren't even grown, like raised to want a wife so bad. So Echi is this type of guy who wanted a wife so bad, got a wife, didn't like her because she was too desperate. Even though you write letters to your imaginary wife every however often. And you listen to a podcast about how you want a wife so bad, but you're not desperate like MM. And you also went on the same show to marry somebody that you had never seen before. But you're not desperate like MM. You are, though. But neither Echi nor the man who runs that podcast have a wife. I'm sorry, in 2025, if you want a wife so bad, there are lots of eligible women out here, especially if you have a podcast that I'm assuming like thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe, I don't know, people listen to, and you have the ability to kind of get a wife. I personally don't think you want a wife that bad. Like, Echi, like, you're just as desperate as MM. But then you got somebody and you didn't even treat them kindly. To me, it says a lot about your desires. It wasn't like Thomas and Camille, who Thomas was like really desired something and then he got it and he was vulnerable. He showed himself. He whatever. Like even Juan, I think Juan wants a partner more than Echi does because Juan got paired with his wife that he wasn't really attracted to, but he made the best out of it. He wanted to be kind to her. So if you can't even be kind to somebody that you're dating or getting to know or even in this process with, I would argue that you don't want a wife at all. That's just me though. But anyway, Alan said they asked Alan if he's gonna be at David and Madison's wedding, and he said no, duh. Come on now. Let's move on since we were talking about Echi. Let's move on to Echi, MM, and David. Damien said Ike isn't even good at being fake woke. He's really not. Yeah. Yeah, MM said that MM has said something about David didn't get X, or no, she said that sorry, MM said something about Echi didn't get X, Y, and Z. Echi didn't get, well, I'm like, girl, he didn't want. I think that the reality is Echi didn't like MM, and he didn't like her from the beginning. And we would have been hard pressed to find a woman that he would have liked, to be honest with you. Somebody said they think Echi has a big heart. I don't think Echi has a big heart. I don't think he has a big heart at all. Brandon came out. Brandon is like a big walking red flag to me. Like, I never seen a red flag that tall. Like, for real. Brandon said he tried to shake Echi's hand on the way out, and Echi didn't shake his hand because he's not man enough to shake my hand. Or maybe he just didn't want to. Like, you ain't man enough to shake my hand. I don't know why Echi wouldn't shake his hand. Would y'all, if y'all were Echi, would y'all have shaken his hand? I probably would have just shaken it and been like, all right, I don't have nothing against you. And MM is looking like this. That's right, baby. He not man enough to shake your hand, baby. I know that's right. Uh-huh. You wish you was man enough, don't you? Yeah. But you not. But hey, huh? Yeah, so guess what? I got a man over here, guess what? And we all night. I bet you could have wished that you could have had some of that. No, I didn't want any of that. I bet you did. But you could have wanted all of this right here. But you guess what? You wanted all of this. You can't get none of that. That's only for him. I know he married, but he get it to me, and I give it to him. All of this is dumb. All of this is just so stupid. Brandon said, we had a long, fun night last night. A lot of this. Yeah, baby. I know you like that, baby. Yeah. I wrote down embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed? Are you not I wrote it down. Are you not embarrassed? Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I promise you, I have never in my life, I got fur all in my eye with this bird coat on. I have never in my life seen a man do this. I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. Like, I've never seen anybody, I've seen it in movies. Because why would I be in conversation with somebody who would actually do this? What are you talking about? Like, that would have been the moment where we broke up, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen a man do that, a woman do that, a person do that. I've never seen anybody do that. It shocked me. And they showed it on the preview, and it shocked me on the preview. So I was prepared for it when the reunion came on, but like, I, woo, you should be embarrassed. You are here, a successful professional woman with her own business. This should have been a real come up for you on your cosmetic tip, right? There were so many moments during this season where I looked at and said, wow, she looks beautiful. I would actually let her handle my cosmetic procedures. She seems sweet, she seems kind. But your judgment is off now. So now I'm like, and you could be in a bad relationship and be good at your job. But the whole season, like the longer it went on, the less I trusted her, to be honest with you. And to end with somebody like this is just kind of like, okay, girl, there I have no reason to come. I'm sorry. Like, said, I'm the type of woman is I'm ready to go to war for my man. And you will. And you will. We might go to war here in the US and you might go to war in this relationship. Let's see what happens first. Woo! At the end of the episode, they kept trying to ask David about his lies and lying and lying and lying and lies and lies and lies. And he said, stop beating a dead horse. Damn. I agree. And I wanted Dr. Pia to tell so bad. Can you slow down, girl? What you moving so fast for? Are y'all married? So are you still married, sir? We didn't get Brandon. Brandon didn't get asked no questions. Brandon, are you married? You have 2 boys. They met MM said his kids call me. His kids be calling me. That's not no damn compliment. They call what they calling you for? What are they calling you for? Because they can't get a hold of him. He not picking up. Because why would the kids be calling you? I don't understand that. Why would the kids is calling me? The kids, they call me more than they call him because his phone's off. That's why. Yeah, he hasn't paid his bill. Log in for him and add him to your plan. Like, why would the kids be calling you? I've seen many a step parent. And let me tell you something. My dad was a step parent. My granddaddy was step dad. My brother's a step parent. Everybody in my family is step dad. Guess what? The kids don't even call, the kids call their biological parent. And if they can't reach their biological parent, then they call the stepdaddy. It don't matter how long you've been around. The kids is going to call their bio parent first. Point blank, period. So why would they be calling you? It's not clicking with me. Like, Shan said the kids just want some McDonald's. Oh my goodness. Like, y'all, this was a hell of a season of Married at First Sight. I saw on the Married at First Sight fan page that they are casting for 4 new cities, y'all. 4 new cities. And I was like, wow, let me go to the Married at First Sight fan page real quick. And, I think it's going to be on Peacock. I'm hoping we get a little bit more raw. Honestly, I'm hoping we get a little bit more entertained, right? This season 19 is casting in Austin, Texas. And the weddings will be from February 16th through the 20th. 2024. So these are past. Um, one couple will be older in their late 50s, early 60s. If y'all don't follow Married at First Sight, MAFS fan on Instagram. Yeah, they're having an older couple. This season there will be at least 2 Married at First Sight first. There will be a mother and a daughter that gets casted. The premiere date is unknown, but it's supposed to premiere later this year on Peacock. And yeah. Yeah, I hope Peacock does it. I hope Peacock does it better. And I hope Peacock bring me on there because I can host something on Peacock. Let's keep it cute. Let me call my manager. Anyway, the weddings have already happened, so they're in the process right now. So that's interesting. But yeah, y'all, that's all I have to say about this season. Thank y'all for being here, rocking with me. Married at First Sight is over. Ready to Love is over, and The Bachelor. I let it go, honey, because I can't do 3 shows at once. That's a lesson. But I try for y'all, but I just can't. Thank you for telling me happy birthday. The birthday wishes. My birthday was 3/16. I'm going to be working on a vlog to show y'all about my Australia trip and how that went. So, yeah, I'm going to be dropping some more content as well. More content about relationships, more content about confidence as well. People have been asking me how I remain so confident, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. So, please support my other content. If you guys watch these videos, you'll like everything I do. So please support my other content that I put out. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Chris, I would never sign up for Married at First Sight. You know why? Because I'm not desperate like that. No shade. I'm just not. No. Plus, they don't. This is going to be the first season I've seen with people who might have kids. I have a child, so I also wouldn't be away from my child for that long. I wouldn't put my child through that. I wouldn't do it. So if I had a grown child, maybe in my 60s, if I'm single, I would sign up. If the show's still around, I'm sure it will be. The way I'm watching. Bye, y'all. See you later. Hit like on the way out. Hit like on the way out.